Oh yeah, I can record too.
Okay, good. So I will record on my this.
You want to be host? I can give you host, bro.
Uh, yeah, that's fine. You can make me host, and then I can upload it like last time. So you don't have to worry about it.
No,
I
I
can
think
upload.
my recording is also up and running, so I have that copy.
You have it? Okay, no problem.
Yes.
So
So
we'll
you're
start, Prabhu, then.
yeah, you're host, bro.
So we'll get started.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम
Hare
August
Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Mukunda. Dandot Pranam. Happy Diwali. Hare Krishna Nivin Prabhu. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali प्रभु जी.
Can you be spotlight, bro?
Huh?
Can you be
Spotlight.
the spotlight?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you, bro.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We'll get started now.
Yes, bro.
So today is a very auspicious day of Diwali, and tomorrow is Govardhan Puja. So we will discuss about the glories of Govardhan today, because we are doing series on Giriraj. So we'll chant Jai Radha Madhav first. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jai Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jai Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, so we'll get started, dear devotees. Today we are discussing something extremely special. We are discussing from Shri Garga Samhita, which is one of the bona fide Vedic literatures. Shri Garga Samhita is mentioned by Srila Sanatan Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami in their literatures. So it's a bona fide literature, and today we will be reading about the glories of Shri Govardhan, because tomorrow is Govardhan Puja. We'll be reading about the glories of Govardhan for the next 1 hour from Garga Samhita. But before that, let us chant our Mangalacharan prayers. Yes, Muktasanga Prabhu, you cannot hear? The sound is low. Okay, is it better now? I brought the computer closer. Is it better now? Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So let's chant Mangalacharan. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगिरिं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So dear devotees, we are reading from Sri Garga Samhita, Canto 3, Chapter 9, 10 and 11. We have to cover 3 chapters, so we have a lot of ground to cover and we'll try to finish in 1 hour. So let's get going. This is going to be purely glorification of Shri Govardhan. So just sit back, relax, and on this auspicious tithi of Deepavali, just hear the glories of Lord Krishna and Shri Govardhan. So this is Garga Samhita, Canto 3, Chapter 9, and we are reading from verse number 28. So the context is, in Mithila there is a very great king who is mentioned in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. His name is Maharaj Bahulashva, and Bahulashwa is asking questions to Narad Muni and Narad Muni is answering. So Bahulashwa is asking the glories of Govardhan and Narad Muni is telling. So Narad Muni is describing how Shri Govardhan appeared in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, Narad Muni explains there is no time as we understand it in this material world. In this material world, there is a time. We start at 7:30 p.m., we end at 8:30 p.m. There's a time here. I am 40 years old. We are born, we die at a certain age. To be able to vote, you have to be 18 years. So this time controls all our activities. What time we sleep, what time we get up, what time we go to the office, everything is controlled by time. You see, even the amount of salary we get, it is based on time. If we don't work for one day, then the salary is cut, like that. So time controls us, but time does not control the entities in the spiritual realm. Time does not control Krishna and Krishna's associates in the spiritual world. But still, for the sake of Leela, because Krishna is performing incredible Leelas. So even the spiritual world, although it is not under the jurisdiction of time factor, as we understand it in this material world, but still, at some point in the spiritual world, a very beautiful pastime took place. The pastime of the appearance of Govardhan. And that Narad Muni is describing to Maharaj Bahulashva. So Narad Muni is describing Shri Sundari Rasarase Manorame Madhyasthitam Koti Manoja Manohanam Jagadarādha Patimurjaya Gira Kritva Kataksham Rasadana Kaushalam. Srila Narad Muni is describing that once Shri Sundari Rasa Rase Manorame, in the beautiful Rasa Leela in Golok Vrindavan, not in the material world, not in the Bhauma Vrindavan, in Golok Vrindavan, in the spiritual world, once during Rasa Leela, surrounded by the beautiful Shri Sundari, beautiful gopis of Vrindavan, Jagadarādha Patimurjaya Gira Kritva Kataksham Rasadana Kaushalam. So Krishna is described here as Radha Patim. Last time we were discussing, few sessions ago, whether Radha Pati is a bona fide name of Krishna. Here in Garga Samhita, Sri Narad Muni is addressing Krishna as Radha Patim. Jagadarādha Patimurjaya Gira Kritva Kataksham Rasadana Kaushalam. Krishna, who is Rasadana Kaushalam, who is very expert, Kushal, in giving rasa, in giving spiritual bliss to the devotees, towards him, Radharani looked. Radharani looked at Krishna once and cast her sidelong merciful glance, Kataksha, at Krishna. And then Srimati Radharani, in the Ras Mandali, surrounded by all the gopis, she looked at Krishna and she spoke. We go to next verse, verse number 29. Shri Radhovach, Srimati Radharani spoke. Yadi rase prasannosi mama premna jagatpate tadaham prarthanam tvam tu karomi manasi sthitam. Srimati Radharani said, O Lord of the whole world, Jagatpate, if you are happy with me, if I have pleased you with my devotional service, then please satisfy one benediction that I want. Radharani asked Krishna for a benediction. Then Shri Bhagavan Uvach, Lord Krishna spoke. Ichham varaya vamoru yate manasi vartate nadeyam yadi yad vastu premna dasyami tat priye. O priye, if there is anything that I have not yet given to you and you have any desire, go ahead and ask me. I promise I will give that to you. Hare Krishna. Now, dear devotees, I am reading the original Sanskrit verses from Garga Samhita for two reasons. One is, it is always good to directly quote from the Shastra. Just by speaking the words of the original Shastra, we become purified. And second, by hearing these words of Narad Muni from Sri Garga Samhita, there is a very beautiful Falashruti in the end. So my dear friends, please listen carefully. For the next 1 hour, listen carefully. You will get a very good benediction from Sri Narad Muni on this auspicious occasion of Diwali. So it's a Diwali gift to all of you. So please accept it. Give me 1 hour of your time. Just listen and enjoy this Krishna Katha. Hare Krishna. So Krishna said, I will give you whatever you want. So now Srimati Radharani is going to ask for a benediction. Shri Radhovacha. Again Srimati Radharani spoke. Now she's asking for the benediction that she wants. Vrindavane divya nikunja parshive Krishna tate rasa rasaya yogyam raha sthalam tvam kurutan manognam manorathoyam mama deva deva. O Deva Deva, O Lord of all the Devatas, O Supreme Personality of Godhead. Radharani is saying, in this splendid Vrindavan forest, by the shore of Yamuna is also called Krishna because she is dark in color. So Krishna Tate. On the bank of Yamuna, my dear Krishna, Devadev, please create a very beautiful place where you and I can have confidential, sweet pastimes. So Srimati Radharani requested Krishna if Krishna could create a beautiful place on the bank of Yamuna in Golok Vrindavan where Radha and Krishna could enjoy unlimited pastimes. Then Narad Muni continues speaking to Bahulashva Maharaj. Shri Narad Uvacha, Narad Muni said, Tathastu choktva Bhagavan Raho Yogyam Vichintayan Swanetra Pankajabhyam tu Hridayam Sandadarshaha. At that time, Krishna said, Tathastu. So be it. Radharani, whatever you desire, that will come true. And after saying this, Krishna looked at his own heart. Krishna looked into his own heart. Tadaeva Krishna Hridayad Gopi Vyuhasya Pashyataha Nirgatam Sajalam Tejo Nuragasyeva Chankuram. Ankuram means to sprout. Tadaeva Krishna Hridayat. At that time, from Krishna's Hriday, from Krishna's own heart, a very beautiful ankur, a very beautiful sprout came out. Patitam rasa bhumau tad vavridhe parvatakriti ratna dhatu mayam divyam sunirjhara darivritam. At that time, from Krishna's heart, patitam rasa bhumau tad, on the rasa bhumi, on the rasa lila bhumi, on the rasa mandali, in the rasa sthali of Golok Vrindavan, from Krishna's heart, patitam, fell streams of divine ecstasy. It fell and it grew into a great mountain. Parvatakriti. Parvata means mountain. That ankur, that sprout grew into a great mountain. And it was very beautiful. Kadamba Bakula Shoka Lata Jala Manoharam Mandara Kunda Vrindadhyam Supakshi Gana Sankulam. So this beautiful mountain that sprouted ankur from Krishna Hridayam, from Krishna's heart, upon the request of Srimati Radharani, and grew into a mountain. This mountain was very beautiful, very divya, and it had Kadamba trees, Bakula trees, Ashoka trees. Kadamba, Bakula, Ashoka. Kadamba trees, Bakula trees, Ashoka trees. Lata, very beautiful vines and creepers. Manoharam. And Mandara Kunda, very beautiful. There. And Supakshi, very beautiful birds like cuckoo birds, robins, peacocks. They are there on this Govardhan mountain. And it became very, very huge. Govardhanakhyam tat chahu shata shringam tatha pare evam bhutam tu tad api vardhitam manasotsukam. And this mountain became known as Sri Govardhan. This mountain that sprouted from the heart of Sri Krishna upon the request of Srimati Radharani in Goloka Vrindavan at the Rasa Mandali, where Rasa Lila takes place on the banks of Yamuna. It grew into a beautiful mountain with beautiful trees, flowers, and birds. And Govardhanakhyat Tachahu. It was called Govardhan. This mountain was called Govardhan. And Samvikshatam Girivaram Prasanna Bhagavat Priya Tasmin Rahasthale Rajan Raraja Harina Saha. When Srimati Radharani, who is described here as Bhagavat Priya, Krishna is Bhagwan and she is Hari Priya, she is very dear to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So Bhagavat Priya, Radharani, when Priyaji saw this beautiful mountain, Samviksha means to see. When she saw this beautiful mountain, she became prasanna. She became very happy. She became very pleased. And she, Harisaha, along with Lord Hari, she enjoyed beautiful pastimes on this Govardhan. Soyam girivara sakshat Shri Krishnena pranoditaha sarvatirthamaya shamo ghanashyama surapriyaha. Very beautiful verse. In this way, this Govardhan hill, Girivara, the best of the mountains. Giri means mountain and Vara means the best. Girivara, this Govardhan mountain, best of mountains, it is very dear to Krishna. Shri Krishnena pranoditaha. It was sent by Krishna, and Sarva Tirthamaya Shamo. It is the culmination of all the holy places. And Ghanashyama Surapriya. This Govardhan is Surapriya. It's very dear to Ghanashyam. Ghanashyama Surapriya. It is very dear to Ghanashyam Krishna. Govardhan is very dear to Krishna. It came from his own heart. And this Govardhan mountain, which eternally resides in Goloka Vrindavan, it came on our earth planet, in the country of India, in Vrajabhumi, in Uttar Pradesh. It came many thousands of years ago. And when it came here, there has to be some Leela on earth also. This is the Leela that took place in Goloka Vrindavan, how Govardhan manifested in spiritual world. When it comes in the material world, also there is a Leela. But today we will not discuss that. We don't have time. But we all know that it came in Bharatvarsha as Mount Dronas, in the family of Mount Drona, this Govardhan. And then Pulatsa Muni brought Govardhan, the son of Mount Drona, to Vrindavan. And he had to pass water, and he kept Govardhan down, and then Govardhan would not leave Vrindavan. I will not leave Vrindavan, I will stay here only. And then Pulatsa Muni, on the pretext of that disobedience, he gave a curse that Govardhan will reduce in size, the size of a mustard seed every day. So in this way, Govardhan came to the earth planet, India. Now we will discuss the glories of Sri Govardhan. So please hear attentively, my dear friends. This is Govardhan. He has manifested upon the desire of Srimati Radharani from the heart of Sri Krishna. So Govardhan is not different from Radha and Krishna. And because he is part of the Dham, he is not different from Balaram also. So now we continue reading. Now we are Sri Garga Samhita, Canto 3, chapter number 10, verse number 2. Vijayo Brahmana Kaschid Gautami Tiravasakrit Ayayau Swam Nirdam Netum Mathuram Papanasinim. So now Srila Narad Muni is telling the king of Mithila, Maharaj Bahulashva, the glories of Sri Govardhan mountain. And he's telling a very ancient Puranic. Please listen to this story. Ekada, once upon a time, there was a Brahman. His name was Vijay. And he was a Brahman, and he wanted to do some pious activity. He understood from the Shastra that we have so many debts to repay. So my dear friends, all of us have many debts to repay. For example, when we go to a hotel and we live in a hotel, we have to pay the rent, is it not? If we drink some water, some soft drink, we eat in the restaurant, we live in the room, we have to pay for everything. A bill comes and we have to pay. Now at home, we are using electricity, we are using water. We have to pay the water bill, we have to pay the electricity bill. Because of the electricity, we get these lights, we get this computer, we get the Wi-Fi. Everything is running on electricity. So we have to pay the bill. We have to pay the debt at the end of each billing cycle. But my dear friends, we are getting free sunlight from the sun. We are breathing free air. Now with COVID-19, many times patients get COVID-19 and they are hypoxic, which means their oxygen level goes down. So we have to put them on oxygen. So once they are a little stable, we put them on the medicines and we send them home with the oxygen cylinder. We arrange home oxygen for them and we send them home, and they have to breathe oxygen through the mask or through the nasal cannula. And they have to pay for the oxygen. It's very expensive. You need insurance to pay for your oxygen supply. It's expensive. So if oxygen is expensive, we are getting free oxygen since the time we appeared in this material world from Krishna. So for few days of oxygen supply, we have to pay hundreds of dollars, my dear friends. Imagine for all these years, 24/7, we have been inhaling oxygen given to us by God, given to us by Vayudev. So we have so many debts that we have to repay. So this Brahman thought, I have to repay so much debt. Let me go to a holy place of Mathura and figure out how I can do some sacrifice, some yajna, some puja, where I can repay all these debts. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, Deva Rashi Bhuta Apta Nirnam Pitrinam Naking Karo Nayam Rini Charajan Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihritya Kartam. So, Deva Rishi, we have rin for the Devatas because the Devatas, Surya Dev is giving sunlight, Vayu Dev is giving air. So we have to repay the demigods. Rishi, the Rishis have given us all these books. Vedavyas Muni has written Srimad Bhagavatam and all the scriptures. So we got all our scriptures from them. So we owe a debt to the Rishis. Then Pitrinam, we owe debt to our ancestors who gave us birth, who gave us a chance to get a human body in this material world. So we owe them debt. We owe debt to the administrators, to the people who have constructed roads, who have constructed the buildings, who have put the plumbing, the pipelines where we are getting all the water. We owe a debt to them. Just by paying the mortgage of the house or by paying the rent of our apartment, we do not get freed from all the debt. We owe gratitude to them because they have built all these roads on which we are driving our cars and so many things. So many people we owe debt. Somebody just opens the door for us. We are going in the office and somebody just very kindly holds the door open for us. We become indebted immediately. So we have so many debts that we have to repay. But Narad Muni is saying in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sarvatmanahaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihritya Kartam. But if you water the root of the tree, Krishna, then everyone gets satisfied. The demigods, the rishis, the kings, Nirnam, everyone will get satisfied. And you don't have to pay separately the debt to others. For example, if suppose there is a big company of a CEO and there are different administrative departments, and we take loans from different departments. We take a automobile loan, we take a home loan from this big finance company, we take an agriculture loan, we take student loan from this big, we have different accounts, different loans. But if we go to the main head of the company, the owner of the company, somebody who owns the whole company, not the company, and we just give him everything that we owe. We just give ourselves to that person. We become very dear to that owner of the company. From today, I am yours. And that owner of the company accepts us as a family member. Then what happens to our loans? What happens to our student loan, our home loan, car loan, credit card loan? Now we have become family member of the owner of this big finance company. We have got so many lines of credit in that company. But now we have become part of the family who owns this big company. Then what happens to our little loans? A few $1,000s, it's all gone. Forget it. The owner will say, forget it, come on. Now you are mine. That's what happens to the devotees. We have got so many loans from the rishis and devatas and kings and administrators. But once we take shelter of Krishna, we become Krishna's devotees. Then all our loans are absolved. They're all gone. Gato Mukundam Parihritya Kartam. That's why Sharanam Sharanyam, the only person worth taking shelter of is Krishna. So Narad Muni is saying. Then next verse number 3. Kritva karyam griham gachan govardhana tatim gataha vartulam tatra Pashanam Chaikam Jagraha Maithila. O king of Mithila, O Bahulasha Maharaj, Narad Muni speaking. After performing some religious duties in Mathura, this Brahman called Vijay, his name is Vijay, he just goes casually walking, sightseeing, what are the holy places in Vrindavan, and he comes to Govardhan. And there, Govardhan is a rocky mountain. There are so many rocks. He just picks up a small stone from Govardhan, just one stone. He picks up a stone and brings it with him. He carries that stone in his hand. Govardhan Shila. He's carrying. He doesn't even know that it is Shila. So here it is said, Pashan, Govardhan Pashan. One stone from Govardhan he took. And he's carrying. Not understanding what is the significance of Govardhan stone. And as he's walking in the forest of Vrindavan near Govardhan, suddenly he comes across a Rakshas. This Rakshas is very, very dangerous. He has got 3 heads. He has got 3 chests. He has got 6 arms and 6 legs. Very, very dangerous Rakshas. Rakshas means man-eater. And he wants to eat this Brahman Vijay. He wants to eat this Vijay, man, who's a Brahman. So Vijay becomes very scared. He doesn't know what to do because he knows that this Rakshas is going to eat me. So what does Vijay do? Our Brahman, Vijay. What is he going to do? Girirajodbhave nasau pashanena jaganatam Giriraj Shila Sparshat Tyaktva Rakshasim Tanum. At that time, when this Rakshas suddenly attacked Vijay, the Brahman, Vijay took the Govardhan Shila that he was holding in his hand. That is the only weapon he had. And he just threw it at that Rakshas. And that Rakshas was huge. So Govardhan Shila came and hit that Rakshas. And immediately that Rakshas gave up his body. That Rakshas was about to kill this Brahman. That Rakshas died. He gave up his body. He gave up his Rakshas Tanum, his ghostly, his monstrous body. He gave up. And then what happens to that monster who gave up his body? What happened to that Rakshas? Garga Samhita describes. Narad Muni says, now listen carefully. Padma Patra Vishalaksha Shama Sundara Vigraha Vanamali Pitavasa Mukuti Kundalanvitaha Vamshidharo Vetrahasta Kamadeva Ivaparaha Bhutva Kritanjalir Vipram Prananama Muhurmuhu. So as soon as this Vijay, out of great fear, he threw that Govardhan Shila at this Rakshas, the Rakshas immediately died and transformed into a very beautiful personality. His eyes were like a big lotus petals. He had Shama Varna. He had the complexion of Lord Krishna, rain-filled cloud. Pitavas, he was wearing yellow clothes. He was wearing a Vanamala, exactly like Lord Krishna, a garland made of forest flowers. He was holding Venu, a flute in one hand, and Vetram, a cow herding stick in the other hand. And he was very beautiful. And what was this powerful personality doing who just got liberation? He got Sarupya Mukti. Sarupya Mukti means liberation where you have bodily features like Krishna. Only thing you don't have is the Shrivatsa on Krishna's chest, which represents Srimati Radharani. And you don't have the Kaustubh Mani. But you look almost like Krishna. Not as beautiful as Krishna, but almost as like Krishna. Very beautiful. But what was this beautiful, powerful, liberated personality doing? Kritanjali, Namaskar, Muhu Muhu. Again and again, he was with folded hands, he was offering his obeisances to this Vijay, this Brahman boy. Very surprising, isn't it? And then he spoke. This liberated personality spoke to Vijay. Shri Siddha Uvacha. He is referred to as Shri Siddha because he is a liberated person. He has got liberation by the Govardhana Shila Sparshat, by the touch of Govardhan Shila. Dhanyastvam Brahmana Shrestha Paratrana Parayana Tvaya Vimochito Ham Vai rakshasatvan mahamate. O Mahamate, O Brahman Shrestha. So this liberated personality is glorifying Vijay. That, oh Brahman Shrestha, oh topmost of the Brahmanas, Paratrana Parayana. You are dedicated to liberating others. Paratrana Parayana. You are very dedicated to giving liberation to others. You are so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tvaya vimochito. You have liberated me. You have given me liberation. Thank you, thank you. He starts glorifying. पाषाण स्पर्श मात्रेण कल्याणम मे बभूव न कोपी मां मोचयितुम समर्थो हि त्वया विना. Other than you, nobody could have been able to liberate me. I was suffering in this Rakshas body. Thank you so much. You came, and just by touching me with Govardhan Shila, you have liberated me. Then Vijay replies, Shri Brahman Uvacha. Our Vijay spoke. Vismitas tava vakyeham natva mochayitum kshamah pashana sparshana phalam na jane vada suvrata. The Brahman said, I am astonished, Vismita, I am astonished by your words. You are glorifying me. You have been liberated by the touch of the Govardhan Shila. I don't know how that happened. I don't have anything to do with this. So see, although the Siddha Purush is glorifying Vijay, Vijay is humble. He is not taking undue credit. He is saying the credit is not to me. The credit is for the Govardhan Shila. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how it happened. In fact, he says, you are Siddha. Now you are self-realized. You are liberated. So you know everything past, present and future. You tell me how you have been liberated by the touch of this Govardhan Shila. Please tell me. Then the Siddha replies, Shri Siddha Uvacha. Girirajo hare rupam Shriman Govardhano girihi tasya darshana matrena naro yati krithartatam. He says, Girirajo hare rupam. Please remember this verse. The Siddha is saying, Girirajo hare rupam. That Giriraj is non-different from Lord Hari. He is Hari Rupam. Shriman Govardhana girihi tasya darshana matrena. Just to what to speak of sparsha, touch. Just by darshan, just by taking a look, just by beholding Govardhan, tasya darshana matrena naro yati krithartatam. A person, nara, a human being, artha, he gets the supreme benediction. He achieves the highest perfection of human life just by taking darshan of Govardhan. Just by taking darshan of Govardhan, we attain the highest perfection. The Siddha is saying. Such is the power of Govardhan. Then he continues speaking. Panchavarsha sahasrani kedare yat tapah phalam taccha Govardhane vipra kshanena labhate naraha. Listen to the words of our Shastra, my dear friends. Panchavarsha sahasrani. For 5,000 years. Panchavarsha sahasrani. For 5,000 years. Kedare yat tapah phalam. The phal that you get by doing tapasya at Kedarnath, the abode of Lord Shiva, on Mount Kedar. If you do 5,000 years of tapasya, the phal that you get, Panchavarsha sahasrani kedare yat tapah phalam taccha Govardhane vipra kshanena labhate nara. That same phal you get in a single moment by visiting Govardhan. Oh my dear Brahman Vijay, the Siddha Purush is telling Vijay that one moment of presence at Giriraj, Govardhan, you get the same fruit that you will get by 5,000 years of tapasya at Kedarnath. Hare Krishna. This is the glory of Govardhan. So the Siddha Purush is telling the Brahman, Tat padam hinaro yati girirajasya darshanat giriraja samam punyam anyat tirtham na vidyate. Clearly it is said, listen, giriraja samam punyam anyat tirtham na vidyate. There is no other tirtha as glorious as Govardhan. What about Radha Kund? What about Sham Kund? They are the eyes of Govardhan. They are not different from Govardhan. They are part of Govardhan. Radha Kund and Sham Kund, they are described as the two eyes of Govardhan, and therefore they are always filled with tears of love. The water of Radha Kund and Sham Kund. They are not different from Govardhan. Then Sri Garga Samhita describes, after describing all these glories of Govardhan, then the Siddha Purush goes on and on and on. He compares the glories of Govardhan to other tirthas. And he says that there is no place as auspicious as Govardhan mountain. He compares Govardhan to the Vindhya mountains, to Chitrakoot mountain, to all the mountains. But Govardhan is the most holiest of all holy places, the Siddha Purush says. And then he concludes by saying, Na manyase chen mamapascha mahapatakinam param Govardhana Shila Sparshad Krishna Sarupyatam Gatam. You saw that just by Govardhan Shila Sparsha, by touch of Govardhan Shila, Krishna Sarupyatam Gatam. I got Krishna Sarupya Mukti Gati. I got this great liberation, Sarupya Mukti. I am going to Vaikuntha now. You have seen it. Therefore, please don't have any doubts. And if you have any doubts, then just look at me. Few minutes ago, I was a Rakshas, a man-eating Rakshas. And right in front of you, by the touch of Govardhan Shila, I have got Sarupya Mukti. So I stand as testimony to the power of Govardhan. Then chapter 11 begins, where the power of Govardhan is further described in detail. And this is the last chapter for us today. Shri Narad Uvacha. Narad Muni continues speaking to Maharaj Bahulashva. Iti shrutva siddhavakyam brahmano vismaya gatah punah prapachatam rajan giriraja prabhavavit. He says, oh giriraja prabhavavit, oh Siddha Purush, the Brahman, Vijay is telling the Siddha Purush that you are giriraja prabhavavit. You know the power of Giriraj. Vit means to know, prabhav means the power, and Giriraj means Govardhan. Giriraja prabhavavit. You know the power of Giriraj, you know the power of Govardhan. Therefore, please tell me, after hearing this glorification of Govardhan, iti shrutva siddhavakyam, your words, O Siddha Purush, after hearing, I want to hear more about the glories of Govardhan. How Govardhan is so powerful. So, Shri Brahman Uvacha. Then Vijay continues asking, he says, Pura janmani kastvam bhos tvaya kim kalusham kritam sarvam vada mahabhaga tvam sakshad divya darshanaha. So the Brahman tells the Siddha Purush that now you are divya darshan. You are seeing the absolute truth. You are Siddha Purush. So please tell me, Pura janmani kastvam bhos. Who were you in your previous birth? Tell me. I want to know how you became a Rakshas. Who were you in your previous birth? Tell me. Tvaya kim kalusham kritam. What kalusham kritam? What sinful activities did you perform in your past life that you had to become a Rakshas? Please tell me all this. I'm curious to know. Shri Siddha Uvacha. Siddha Purush replies, Pura janmani vaishyoham dhani vaishya sutta mahan abalyad dyutta nirato vita goshti visharadaha. So he says, in my previous life, I was a dhani vaishya suto. I was the son of a very rich merchant. My father was a very rich businessman in my previous life. And because I had wealth, I was very proud. And abalyad dyutta nirato. Continuously, I used to gamble. Dyutta krida. Since I was a child, abalyad. Since I was a child, you see, sometimes you see all these big millionaires and very rich people, their children, they become so spoiled. There is a term, rich brat. Rich brat. The son of a rich person. They become very spoiled. They go to very expensive schools. They drive expensive cars. They do all sorts of things and they become really spoiled. Why? Because they don't have good examples in front of them. Remind me, next time I will tell you a story related to this spoiled brat behavior. Please remind me. Today, if we tell that story, it will be another 15-20 minutes. So we will not be able to complete this chapter. But remind me, it's a very instructive story about a brat, a spoiled brat. So he became a gambler. He started gambling a lot. Vesharatah kumargo ham madira madavivalah matra pitra bharyayapi bhartishoham sadadvija. So he started gambling. He became a very spoiled brat from his childhood. Then he got married. But Vesharata, he was addicted to prostitutes. Kumargoham, he went on a wrong path. Madira Madavivala, all the time he used to drink alcohol and take intoxicants. Madira. And Matra Pitra Bharya Yapi Bhartishoham Sada. His wife and his mother and father used to always chastise him. What are you doing? Don't do this. You're on the wrong path. You're breaking all the 4 regulative principles: meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, and gambling. Stop it. They'd always chastise. But this fellow was a spoiled brat. He was a spoiled child. Kumarga. He was on the wrong path. Let's see what he does. He's himself telling his story. He continues. Ekada tu maya vipra pitarau garadantah maritau cha tatha bharya khande khadgena pathi marita. One day I gave Garadanta. I killed my parents by poisoning them. Hare Krishna. So this spoiled brat, he poisoned his own parents because they were always chastising him. They were opposing his evil ways. So to get them out of the way, he killed his parents by giving them poison. Garadanta. He killed them by giving them garada, poison. And maritaucha tatha bharya. Khadgena. And with a sword, he chopped off his wife and killed her. He murdered his wife and parents. Why? Why did he do that? Grihitva tad dhanam sarvam. Because he wanted to take away all their wealth. Hare Krishna. Grihitva tad dhanam sarvam veshaya sahita khalah dakshinasham cha gatavan dasyu karmati nirdayah. He was so nirdaya, he was so heartless that he killed his parents and wife, took all the wealth and went with a Veshaya Sahita. He went away with a Veshaya, with a prostitute, and squandered all his wealth. He left his city also and went somewhere in South India, Dakshina. Ekada tu maya Veshya nishchipita hi andhakupake dasyuna hi maya pashair marita shataso naraha. Ekada, then once upon a time, he even got tired of his companion, the prostitute, and Andhakupa. He pushed her into a blind, dry well and killed her. See, a person who doesn't have good character can never be anybody's friend. The prostitute might think, oh, he killed his own wife, own parents for my sake, and now he's spending all the wealth on me. No. A person of bad character does not belong to anyone. A person like this, a person like Maharaj Vena, as mentioned in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Ravan, they are nobody's friends. They are only friends of their own false ego. Hare Krishna. Therefore, my dear friends, we must make friendship with the devotees of Krishna. They are our true friends. So he killed the prostitute also. How? By throwing her into a well and leaving her to die there alone. And in this way, he robbed hundreds of people. And he killed hundreds of people. Marita shataso naraha. And not only that, dhana lobhena bhovipra brahma hatya shatam kritam kshatra hatya vaishya hatyaha shudra hatyaha sahasrashaha. He killed hundreds and thousands of brahmanas, kshatriyas, vaishyas and shudras. He didn't spare anyone. See, dhana lobhena bho vipra. Oh, my dear Brahman, this Siddha Purush is telling Vijay, the Brahman, that, oh Brahman, listen, dhana lobhena, to maintain myself and to maintain my evil ways, to get wealth illegally, I killed Brahma Hatya Shatam Kritam. I killed hundreds of Brahmanas. Kshatriya Hatya, I killed Kshatriyas. Vaishya Hatya, I killed Vaishyas. And Shudra Hatya Sahasrasa, I killed thousands of Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. In this way, he lived a very sinful life. Are all of you convinced that this man is extremely sinful? Hare Krishna. Yes. Let's see what happens. But nobody can carry on eternally in this material world. See what happens. Ekada mamsam anetum mrigan hantum vane gatam sarpo adashat padas prishto dushtam mam nidhanam gatam. So one day he was hunting in the forest. He was killing a deer for food. And what happened? He stepped on a snake. And sarpo dashat padas prishto. The sarpa, the snake, bit him and he died. What happened when he died? What happened when the sinful man died? Santadya mudgarair ghorair yamaduta bhayankarah badhva mam narakam ninyur mahapatakinam khalam. As soon as he died, said a sinful man, fearsome Yamadutas came. Yamaduta bhayankaraha, very deadly, fierce looking Yamadutas came. They badhva mam, they tied him up. And mahapatakinam khalam, because he was so sinful, they took him to hell. And santadya, they started beating him. They started beating him. Tadan means to beat. Then, now listen what happens. How many years did he enjoy so-called sinful ways? For few decades. Now see what happens. For that few decades of selfish, illicit enjoyment, what happens? Manvantaram tu patitaha kumbhipake mahakhale kalpaikam tapta surmaucha mahadukham gatah khalaha. Manvantaram tu patita. For a full manvantar. So there is Kali Yuga. Twice the duration of Kali Yuga is Dwapar Yuga. Thrice the duration of Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga. And 4 times the duration of Kali Yuga is Satya Yuga. These 4 yugas together form one Divya Yuga. 71 such Divya Yuga cycles is one manvantar. So for 1 month, for few decades of illicit enjoyment, sense gratification, this sinful man, after he died from the snake bite, for 1 manvantar, for 71 Divya Yuga cycles, he had to go to Kumbhipak hell, to a hell known as Kumbhipak. That was 1 manvantar, 71 Divya Yugas. And then in 1 day of Brahma is called 1 kalpa. 1 kalpa is 1 day of Brahma. In 1 day of Brahma, there are 14 manvantars. 71 Divya Yugas is 1 manvantar, and there are 14 manvantars in 1 day of Brahma. So after that, after spending 1 manvantar suffering and being beaten, Kumbha means a pot, Pak means to cook, boil. So for 1 manvantar, for 71 Divya Yugas, he was boiled in the hell called Kumbhipak. And after that, 71 Divya Yugas multiplied by 14, which is 1 kalpa, 1 day of Brahma. For 1 day of Brahma, this sinful wretch, he was made to embrace Tapta Surmau. He was told to embrace a burning red hot statue of a lady. Why? Because he had illicit sex. That is a punishment. For 1 day of Brahma, my dear friends, he had to embrace a red hot statue, metal statue of a woman. And that was burning his body. So in hell, we have a body, but it's a little subtle body, not very gross body like this. So that body doesn't die. But we experience extreme pain. More pain than what we can experience in this body. The body that we get in the hellish planets, that body is designed to suffer. The body of the higher planetary systems, the body of the demigods is designed, that body is designed to enjoy. The Devata's body is designed to enjoy. The body of human beings in the middle planetary systems, it is meant to enjoy and suffer. So we have parties, this and that, there is enjoyment also, and there is disease, coronavirus, there is suffering also, cancer, depression, all those things are there also. So human body is meant to enjoy and suffer. Demigod's body is primarily meant to enjoy. And the bodies in the lower planetary systems, in the hellish planets, is specifically designed to experience pain. And the bodies don't die. You just get the full experience of that pain. To correct us, to punish us. He suffered greatly. Mahadukham. He suffered greatly in hell. Chatur ashiti lakshanam narakanam prithak prithak varsham varsham nipayati to nirgatoham yamechaya. Yamechaya, by the ichha of Yamraj, by the desire, by the direction of Yamraj, he went into 8,400,000 different hells. Different hells are there. He went there. Prithak prithak, one after the other, to suffer. And tatastu bharate varshe praptoham karma vasanam. In this way, after suffering in hell, finally he got a birth in Bharatvarsha. Finally, after suffering so much, he got a birth in Bharatvarsha. And then Dashavaram Sukaroham Vyagroham Shatajanmasu. And what happened when he got birth in Bharatvarsha? He didn't get a human birth. Just see this. Tatastu Bharate Varshe Praptoham Karma Vasanam. Based on his karma, he got a birth on this earth planet. Dasha Varaha Sukaroham. For 10 births, he became a sukar, a pig. A pig is always smelling for stool. Sniffing where I can get fresh hot stool. Therefore, susu karoti iti sukar. A pig is called sukar because susu karoti, always smelling, sniffing for stool. So he became a pig for 10 births. And Vyagroham Shatajanmasu. And for 100, Shatak means 100. For 100 births, he became a Vyagra, a tiger. Then Ushtroham Janma Shatakam. For another 100 births, he became a camel, Ushtra. Then Mahisha Shatajanmasu. Then for 100 births, he became a Mahis, he became a buffalo. Sarpoham Janma Sahasram. For 1,000, for 1,000 births, he became a snake, Sarpa. And Marito Dushtamanavai. And in all these births, he was killed by Dushtamanavai. Some evil-minded men, they killed him. In all these births. All these animal species of life, he was killed by different human beings. Why? Because he had killed animals in his previous life. So every action has equal and opposite reaction. Now he's getting the reaction for his sinful activities. Evam varsha yutante tu nirjale vipine dvija rakshasas chedrojato vikaralo mahakalaha. And then after 10,000 years of these multiple births in different species, he was finally born as a Rakshas. Hare Krishna. The current birth. He says, as Rakshas, he had some power, some supernatural power. So what he did, Kasya Sudrasya Deham Vai Samaruiha Vrajam Gataha Vrindavanasya Nikate Yamuna Nikatachubhat. One day, he took the form of a Shudra. He disguised himself as a Shudra, as a low-class person, and somehow he entered Vraja. And he came to the forest of Vrindavan on the bank of sacred Yamuna. Samuthita Yashti Hastaha Shamalaha Krishna Parshadaha Taestadito Dharshito Ham Vraja Bhumau Palayitaha. And when I came to Vrindavan, this person is telling, with sticks in their hand, Yashti Hasta, with sticks in their hand, Krishna Parshada, Krishna's associates, they beat him and they chased him away. Hey, you are a Rakshas, you have disguised as a Shudra and you're trying to enter Vrindavan. Hey, get away, go away from here. And he got scared and Vraja Bhumau Palayitu. He ran away from there. So his sufferings have not ended. But when you get chastised by devotees of Krishna, Krishna Parshadai, it is a great benediction. It's a great benediction. So see what happens next. Babhukshito bahu dines tvam khaditum ihagatah tavat tvaya taditoham girirajas mana mune. And then he said, I was very hungry after Krishna's friends chased me away. I was very hungry and I came here all alone, and then I saw you. And out of hunger, I wanted to eat you. But then you know what happened. Shri Krishna Kripaya Sakshat Kalyanam Me Babhuvaha. He says, but then by Krishna's mercy, you threw the Govardhan Shila at me. As soon as the Govardhan Shila touched me, you saw what happened. My Rakshas body was finished and I got Sarupya Mukti. Now I have also become Krishna Parshad. Shri Narad Uvach. Then Narad Muni continues. Evam Prabholokacha Maharatha Sahasraditya Sankasho Hayayuta Samanvitaha. Narad Muni said, as soon as this Siddha Purush spoke about his story to Vijay, immediately Golokacha Maharatha, from Goloka Vrindavan, a great rath, a great chariot came. And Sahasra Chakra Dhvani Brahal Lakshapar Shada Manditaha Manjira Kinkini Jali Manoha Rataro Nripa. A very beautiful chariot. It had thousands of horses, it had thousands of wheels, it was decorated with hundreds of thousands of associates of Krishna. They came to take this Siddha Purush back to Golok Vrindavan. And it was Manoharata, it was a very beautiful chariot. And Paschyatastasya Viprasya Tam Anetum Samagataha Tam Agatam Ratham Divyam Nematur Vipra Nirjarau. As the Brahman looked on, the chariot approached. Chariot approached. And Vijay is watching. Vijay, the Brahman, is watching. This chariot comes and the Siddha Purush as well as Vijay, they both bowed down to this Rath. Nematur. They bowed down to this beautiful Rath. And then let's see what happens. Now the meter changes in ecstasy in Garga Samhita. Tatah Samaruyya Ratham Sasiddho Viranjayan Maithila Mandalam Disham Shri Krishna Lokam Prayayau Paratparam Nikunjalila Lalitam Manoharam. So this chariot came and the Siddha Purush, he climbed up on the chariot. He had lost all interest in enjoying in this material world. Yes, he had seen it all. He had seen all the enjoyments, all the sufferings of this material world. And he was done with materialistic life. When Krishna from Golok Vrindavan sent this beautiful chariot with so many Krishna Parshads who had come to take him back home, back to Godhead, he offered his obeisances and he climbed on the chariot. And then Shri Krishna Lokam Prayayau Paratparam Nikunjalila Lalitam Manoharam. And that Vrindavan where Nikunjalila takes place in the forests of Vrindavan, which is Paratparam, the highest of all spiritual realms, and Manoharam, very pleasing to the heart. To that abode this person who was a Rakshas, a sinful Rakshas, few minutes ago, now has got Sarupya Mukti and he has gone to Golok Vrindavan. Right as Vijay is watching, oh, it's gone. It's gone. And then, what did Vijay do? Vipropitasma punaragato girim govardhanam sarva girindra daivatam pradakshini kritya punah pranamyatam yayau griham maithilatad prabhavavit. Now he became Prabhavavit. Now he understood the glories of Govardhan. What did he do? After witnessing this wonderful liberation of this Siddha Purush, our Vijay, he went back to Govardhan. That Govardhan from where he had picked up a Shila. He went back to Govardhan. He offered his obeisances to Govardhanam Sarva Girindra Daivatam, the king of all mountains, and Pradakshini Kritya. He did Pradakshana, Govardhan Parikrama, he did, and offered his Pranamyatam. He offered his Pranam to Govardhan. In this way, he worshipped Govardhan. And Idam mayate kathitam prachandam sumuktidam Shri Giriraja Khandam Shrutva janah papapina prachandam swapne paschadyamamugra dandam. Here is the benediction for all of you, my dear friends. Shri Narad Muni is giving all of you today on Diwali this benediction. This is for all of you. Idam mayate kathitam prachandam, this great prachanda katha that you have heard from me about Sumuktidam Shri Giriraja Khandam, this Giriraj mountain, who can give such beautiful sumukti. It is not just impersonal liberation, this is sumukti, because you are getting to become Hari Parshad, you are getting to become Krishna Parshad. Idam mayate kathitam prachandam sumuktidam Shri Giriraja Khandam Shrutva janah papapina prachandam swapne pipasched yamamugra dandam. Even in your sleep, what to talk of in real life, even in your sleep, you will not get ugra yama dandam. You will not get punished by Yamraj. All of you will be saved from the clutches of Yamraj just by hearing this. Not even in a dream you will have to see Yamraj. And then Narad Muni gives one more benediction to all of you. Yaha shrunoti giriraja yasashyam goparaja navakeli rahasyam devaraja iva sotra sameti nandaraja iva shantim amutra. This is the benediction for all of you. In this life, you will get the benediction of King Indra, Devaraj. What is the benediction that Indra got? Indra had pride. And what did Krishna do? Krishna broke that pride and purified Indra, which means all of us will get purified. We will get the same benediction that Indra got. We will become purified in this lifetime. And Amutra, in the next life, what will happen? Nandaraja iva shantim amutra. In the next life, we will get the great spiritual bliss of being like Nanda Maharaj, very close to Krishna. Nanda Maharaj is Krishna's father in Golok Vrindavan. He tells Krishna, Krishna, bring me my shoes. And Krishna picks up Nanda Maharaj's shoes, places them upon his head, and somehow balancing it, he brings them to his father. Every evening when he brings the cows, he embraces Nanda Maharaj. When Yashoda Mai tied up Krishna, it was Nanda Maharaj who came and released him. So Nanda Maharaj loves Krishna so much. And we will become very close to Krishna like Nanda Maharaj, just by hearing this beautiful narration from Garga Samhita. So Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ben Salem Bhakti Vriksha ki jai. All glories to all of you. Thank you so much. Let me, you can now unmute yourself if you have any question or you have any comment or any correction. We can spend maybe a couple of minutes very quickly. So does
Hare Krishna,
anyone...
Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we hear from different sadhus, shastra, that unless somebody is having pious credit, pious activity from previous life, they can't enter in a Vrindavan, they can't get mercy of devotees. But here we say, this Vijay, we don't have any clue about his previous life, whether he was sinful or whatever. And here we hear whole description about this Siddha Purush, how sinful he was. The stone, the Giriraj, the sacred, that transcendental stone chips he took from Govardhan, nothing happened to him. But this Siddha Purusha, in spite of being a very sinful guy, he got liberation and he went back home, back to Godhead. But why not Vijay?
Vijay also got. So see, we see that after Vijay witnessed the glorious departure of the Siddha Purush, going back home, back to Golok Vrindavan, he went back to Govardhan. He did Govardhan Parikrama. He did obeisances to Govardhan, and he became a pure devotee. Which means when he dies, he will also go back. He will have the same destination.
Thank you.
Because we read the glories of Govardhan. Na? Even one moment you spend at Govardhan, it is like 5,000 years of tapasya at other auspicious places.
I had many times opportunity to go there, and
Hare Krishna.
I remember 5-6 years ago, I was there, and my wife, she told me, why not, you are taking one stone from Govardhan. And I went and I took it. But it's my nature. Anything I do, I try to consult superior. So I went to Manas Mandir and I asked Brajvasi, and they told, you cannot take it. It's a very big sinful, it's not good. You have to have from someone. Somebody has to give you. You should not take it. So I kept it. And then otherwise I had a big anxiety that I don't know what, if it's wrong, I don't know, I'll be suffering. So I kept it back. That's the thing. And
My parents, my parents also, when they went to Vrindavan many years ago, they also didn't know. So they brought one small Govardhan Shila and they told me. I was not there in the native place that time. So I told them that, no, you cannot just go and bring like this. You need permission of your guru and somebody has to give you. So you don't have, that time they were not even initiated. So I said, you don't have a guru, you just cannot go and pick up like that. That's a aparadh to the dham. Just go and pick up Shilas and bring them, because you are taking Govardhan away from his Vrindavan. How can you take Govardhan away? Govardhan was willing to face the curse of Pulatsya Muni, but he didn't want to leave Vrindavan. And you are taking Govardhan out of Vrindavan like that. So then they also went and put the Govardhan Shila back. Please continue, Prabhu.
So two things, like I saw here in this case also, I told my wife, we always hear that this Govardhan is non-different. This proves, because I'm thinking, we hear so many stories, but to be convinced, to be really, to think that it's real, it's very hard to believe. But that day I believed, even I cannot carry a small piece of Govardhan. It required a lot of piety. Another thing, I was a new bhakta in Mayapur long time ago, and there was a flood. And I used to sing bhajan in front of Radha Madhava. So there was a flood and everywhere water was there. And we used to sing on the platform, high platform where Pujari comes and sprinkles the water. So there was a Balram appearance day. And the beautiful statue of Krishna Balram was there. So through altar of Radha Madhava, I went to keep harmonium. While going, I thought, I can't embrace Krishna Balram in real life. After keeping this harmonium, I'll come back. And flood time, nobody was there, So I thought I'm going to embrace Balram because nobody there. And I came back and I see they're not there. I thought, what happened? I saw 2-3 devotees, they're carrying Krishna Balram some other place. So even to embrace Archa Vigraha, we required piety, So, Anyway, it was wonderful discussion, Prabhuji. We enjoyed, because you are speaker, you are enjoying, and we have to enjoy. So we enjoyed.
If you like the katha, then my attempt is successful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Rakesh Prabhu. So now, Vatsala Mataji, you can ask question.
Yes, Prabhu. It is so coincidental that what I wanted to ask, he asked already. Because I was thinking, why is that we cannot bring anything? I went to Parikrama by Krishna's grace. I was there in Vrindavan several years back, Mayapur, everywhere, Dwaraka. I did not know, I didn't bring anything. But I had a question. A lot of times I listened to all the Govardhan lectures and all. I didn't know why we cannot bring, the stone. This is actually Krishna. Now you explain to me, because Govardhan Hill is the part of Krishna there, and we don't want to bring him from there. And I did not know it is a curse. Because of the curse, he will be diminishing in size eventually, right?
Yes. So that is the curse, but actually the internal reason is because Radha and Krishna have, at least for the external vision, they have disappeared 5,000
Mm.
years ago. In separation from Radha and Krishna, Govardhan is shedding tears of love. So that is Radha Kund and Sham Kund, and he's shrinking in size. He's just going shrinking because he's in separation from Radha and Krishna. He's just becoming smaller and smaller. That is the internal reason. Because no curse can work in on Govardhan.
Mm.
But it's just a pastime that Pulatse Muni said like that. But actually, it is Govardhan's own ecstasy that he's shrinking in size in separation from Radha and Krishna. And
Okay.
shedding tears.
Thank you, Prabhu. I have another question. So the Sheila must be given by somebody. We cannot, I have heard stories, people were going somewhere in Delhi or somewhere and they got, Sheilas from somebody, some merchants, somebody were selling. At that time, they did not know, they brought lot of little Sheilas. So is it true we cannot buy from it, buy from someone, we need to be given?
Yeah, so there are three criteria, Mataji, to
Mm.
have Govardhan Shila in your home and worship Govardhan Shila. First criteria is that one has to be a Brahman, which means one has to be chanting the Gayatri Mantra and one has to be clean in one's lifestyle, very pure in one's lifestyle. The quality of a Brahman, one has to be very religious, very faithful, clean, tolerant, peaceful. All those qualities should be there. So one should be a Brahman. Second is one should have permission from one's Guru. The Guru Maharaj, who our spiritual master should give us permission. Either our Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru, they have to give us explicitly. They have to give us permission to worship Govardhan. Second, so we have to be devotees, initiated. We have to have permission of the Guru. And number three, somebody has to give it to us. We can request that we can request some Brajbasi that if you feel, can you please donate to me a Govardhan Chila so I can worship. We can ask some sincere Brajbasi, and if they feel inspired, if Radharani inspires them, then they may give. They may give. So these three criteria: somebody has to give, we have to have permission and blessings of the spiritual master, and we should be Brahmanically initiated.
Oh, okay, and another question, Prabhu. So, it may take a long time to get it. Because I am coming from a Sri Vaishnava tradition, we were never allowed to touch the Shaligram. Is it same thing as Shaligram Shila?
No.
My father was the only person who could do. My mother cooked for the Shaligram Shila without offering. You will not eat food. We were not allowed to touch and go near the kitchen in those days.
So Mataji, that is one tradition, so if you're a Sri Vaishnavi, you are in the Sri Sampradaya, then you can worship a Govardhan Shila Mataji. You just need permission from your Shiksha or Diksha Guru, and you have to have a desire, and you should be chanting Hare Krishna at least 16 rounds, and some Brajbasi has to give. To find a Brajbasi who is willing to give Govardhan Shila requires mercy of Krishna, and so you can certainly do. In Skandha Puran, it is mentioned that women should not touch Shaligram Shila. But in Padma Puran, it is mentioned that anybody can worship Shaligram Shila, including women, especially mentioned. And our acharyas in our Gaudiya Parampara, Srila Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they have specifically said that even ladies can worship, especially Srila Prabhupada. And we have examples of so many Matajis who are worshipping Shaligram Shilas in ISKCON. And so it is perfectly bona fide. It is there in Padma Puran. I can share the verse with you where it says that anybody can worship Shaligram Shila. I will share that verse with Mukta Sangha Prabhu, and he can share with me. He can share with you. Or you can also, Prabhu, you can give her my phone number and I can give. So women can worship Shaligram Shila Mataji. Only qualification is one has to have bhakti. Yeah. And the criteria are same for Govardhan Shila, Dwarka Shila, and Shaligram Shila. All the three Shilas, they are all Vishnu Murtis. Same criteria is there. We should have devotion. We should have a desire to serve Krishna in this form of Govardhan or Shaligram Shila. Shaligrama Shilayantu Sakshat Shri Krishna Sevanam. So Shaligram Shila is direct Sakshat service of Krishna. Shaligrama Shilayantu Sakshat Shri Krishna Sevanam. It is directly, there is no need of Prana Pratisthapana. Like for Murti, you have to do Prana Pratisthapana. For Govardhan Shila, Dwarka Shila, Shaligram Shila, it's not required because they are already Sakshat Krishna. So if you have desire, you can worship. So scriptures say differently. If you see the traditional way of thinking, most people will say that don't worship Shaligram Shila. Only men should do. But there are two methods. There is the Bhagavad Marg and there is the Pancharatri Marg. Pancharatri Marg is the method given by Narad Muni of worshipping the deity. Traditionally, only men used to worship Shaligram Shila. I agree. But in the Bhagavad Marg, now especially in Kali Yuga, the Bhagavad Marg is the more practical marg. Bhagavad Marg is the marg of mainly worshipping Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So if you are having kirtan in your house, you are having Prabhupada's tape, Japa tape playing 24/7, and you are chanting at least 16 rounds Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then you can worship Mataji if you have the desire. And of course, you have the permission and blessings of your Guru. You can worship.
Thank you, Prabhu. Another thing is, so you have to do all the mantras or Veding or whatever you have to do. You have to follow the procedure every day, or only on Ekadashi you do.
So there are different levels of worship. If you go, for example, so see, first of all, I personally asked Jananivas. Jananivas Prabhu came to our house in 2015. Jananivas Prabhu, who is the Jananivas Prabhu and Pankaj Changre Prabhu, they are our worshipable head pujaris of the ISKCON Mayapur temple. And they are the authorities on deity worship. And I personally asked Jananivas Prabhu in 2015 when he came to our house that Prabhuji, we have Shaligram Shilas, and is it okay if my wife and my mother or my mother-in-law, they worship? And he said, absolutely. And he quoted Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Said, and Srila Prabhupada also said, of course you can worship. Jananivas Prabhu said, Jivera Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das. It is the birthright of every person to worship Krishna. It is a birthright of Vatsala Mataji to worship Krishna. Who can stop? All you need is a sincere desire to worship. So, what was your question, Mataji? I forgot the last.
Do we do all the Abhishek or
correct.
anything,
Correct.
offering flowers and offering Ganga Jal every day, or only on special occasions?
Correct. So there are different levels of deity worship. When Srila Prabhupada was gifted 2 Shaligram Shilas, the first 2 Shaligram Shilas of ISKCON, in the 1970s, one devotee came and gifted Srila Prabhupada 2 Shaligram Shilas. And Srila Prabhupada came to New Vrindavan. And he gave those 2 Shaligram Shilas to my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, who was the pujari there. And he said, you worship them. So Maharaj knew that Shaligram Shila is Vishnu Murti, is Krishna, but how to worship? So he asked Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, very simple. Every day you bathe Shaligram Shila, 2 things. You bathe Shaligram Shila with Ganga Jal. So of course, in West Virginia, New Vrindavan, there is no Ganga Jal. So you just take pure water, put your middle finger and you chant the mantra. Gange Chemune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalasmin Sannidhim Kuru. So you purify that water, you request Ganga Devi, Jamuna Devi to manifest in that water. So it becomes Ganga Jal, it becomes pure water. With that, with a conch shell, you bathe Shaligram. That's one. So Prabhupada said you bathe with Ganga Jal, and number 2, you offer Tulsi leaves, fresh Tulsi leaves to the Shaligram. And then Prabhupada said, first class Shaligram Seva means Tulsi leaves. You offer Tulsi leaves, Tulsi Manjaris to Shaligram Shila, and Shaligram will be very happy. That is first class Shaligram Puja. And then Srila Prabhupada looked at Maharaj and said, and if you want to know more about Shaligram Puja, you write to Jananivas Prabhu in Mayapur. Yeah. And then Maharaj wrote to Jananivas Prabhu. And then Jananivas Prabhu wrote back a letter describing 64 ways in which to worship Shaligram Shila. So there are different levels of Shaligram Puja. What Jananivas Prabhu is practicing in Mayapur, that is a very, very high form of Shaligram Puja. You see, even Radha Raman of Vrindavan. Radha Raman also is Shaligram Shila only. And he is worshipped so nicely. So like that, there are different levels. And Srila Prabhupada said that Shaligram Shila is Krishna. Therefore, you should offer peacock feather and flute to Shaligram Shila. With Gopi Chandan, you can paint Krishna's face on the Shaligram Shila. His eyes, his tilak, smiling face, you can paint. These are all Prabhupada's instructions to Radhanath Swami Maharaj, how to worship Shaligram Shila. Ganga Jal, Tulsi leaves. You can paint Krishna's face on the Shaligram Shila with Gopi Chandan, or sandalwood paste. You can offer peacock feather to the Shaligram Shila. You can offer a cloth to Shaligram Shila, and you can offer a flute to Shaligram Shila, which means Shaligram Shila is Krishna. And if you want, in the future, we can discuss how Shaligram Shila is Krishna. How is Krishna? Because many times people think that Shaligram is Vishnu. He's Chaturbhuj Vishnu, Narayan Murti. But actually, according to Shastra, according to Padma Puran, Shaligram Shila is Krishna. Of course, Krishna and Vishnu are the same personality. But even in the rasa, Shaligram Shila is always Vrindavan Chandra Krishna, Nanda Nandan Krishna. And Gandaki, the place where Shaligram Shilas are found, Gandaki River in Nepal, Muktinath, that is Gupta Vrindavan. Gandaki is Gupta Vrindavan. That is an extension of Vrindavan. Gupta Vrindavan. Therefore, Shaligram Shila is Krishna. It's Krishna. And there are many forms of Shaligram Shila. There is like, I have Anantashesh Shaligram Shila, I have Varahadev Shaligram Shila, Matsya, Kurma. So many forms of Shaligram Shila. I have Ram Shaligram Shila. So many forms are there. But I worship all of them as Krishna.
So how do you know the difference between one and the other?
Padma Puran has many descriptions how to identify Shaligram Shila. There is Narsimha Shaligram Shila, where you can see Narsimha Bhagwan's teeth. There is Keshav Shaligram Shila. It has got chakra in the front and back, and it has a flat surface. There is Damodar Shaligram Shila. It has a small vadan and symmetrical rings on the roof and the floor. So there are different chinna, different signs mentioned in Skanda Puran and Padma Puran. Based on those descriptions, we can identify the Shaligram Shila. A person who knows how to identify, they can identify Shaligram Shilas, different types. But ultimately, Keshavadhrita Meena Swarupa, Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa, Keshavadhrita Rama Sharira. It is Krishna who takes all these forms.
Yes.
So Shaligram Shila is ultimately Krishna. It's Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. And I wanted to know, I mean, I wanted to ask my father before I got married so many years back. At that time, he would not allow me to take it anywhere. I wanted, even inner intention is I wanted to take it and worship. At that time, I was not qualified according to him at those days. So, but, you know, even my brother was worshiping. He was a number one devotee. He always got up at 4 o'clock. He worshipped, you know, the Sheila. And even after his death, I wanted to get that from him. I didn't get a chance. So I was wondering, you know, I mean, if at all, if I have to do, and what are the things I have to do? And I would like to know what is the different forms. And, you know, you said there are 64 ways. I would like to know about that too, please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I will send you. So there are different items that are mentioned, Mataji, and I will send it to.
Sure.
Let me put my phone number. I don't want to bother Muktasanga Prabhu. I'll just put my phone number here. You can WhatsApp me 404.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I put it in the chat.
Okay.
And contact. Is that okay?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
I got mixed. It just went away. I was writing.
404-414-6094.
Okay, 6094. I'm writing down everything. So
Okay.
thank you, Prabhu.
So
Thank
we
you.
will conclude. Thank you, Vatsalamata. We will conclude here. Ramkumar Prabhu and Mukunda. Prabhu, we will take your questions next time because it's really late. It's past 9 o'clock.
Sorry,
And
Prabhu.
we are also doing some kirtan downstairs.
Yeah, of course.
We'll
Thank
do it
you,
next
Prabhu.
Saturday, Krishna willing. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
all of you.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
one
you.
thing.
Rakesh Prabhu, you want to say something?
It was very nice, Prabhu. You mentioned that nowadays, these days, this spoiled brat, why they are like that? Because they don't have example. That was very wonderful.
Hare Krishna.
Fantastic.
That's
Hare.
awesome.
Blessed
Thank you.
indeed, everybody today. Thank you, Prabhu.
Happy Diwali. Thank you.
Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, for the very beautiful
Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shila Prabhupada. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Much, Prabhuji. Wonderful session.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Happy Diwali.